Hi, I'm NickiB and welcome to my kettlebell HIIT workout today. Okay, we're going to work the entire body and we have a combination of kettlebell strength moves mixed with cardio HIIT exercises. Make sure before you start you've warmed up, you have the warm up on my channel, warm up of your choice. Also make sure you have a towel and drink to hand. You need the towel, we're going to be doing cardio exercises, so you are going to get hot and sweaty and you need to make sure that you've got a good grip on that kettlebell at all times. Weight-wise, that will depend on your fitness and strength level. Just advise you to try and choose a weight that will challenge you. If you don't have a kettlebell at home, you can always modify with a dumbbell, okay, so you can still do this workout. The format is we have 3 sets in total. We have 5 exercises per set. Like I said, mixing, we've got the kettlebell strength, cardio for 5 exercises. Working 45 seconds, resting for 15. 2 rounds of each. Then we get 30-second rest before we go on to the next set of exercises. Okay, so let's hit that timer and get straight into it. We're going to be working for 30 minutes, well 30 minutes and 30 seconds. That incorporates the rest periods. So let's get going. So the first one, we have goblet squat pulses. So we're holding our kettlebell in front of us, in our chest, toes facing forward or slightly out. Coming down, pulse for 2, squeeze back up, okay? Pulse for 2, squeeze back up. So coming down nice and low, squeezing that bottom on the way up, that back is nice and straight, that chest is up. Squeeze. Excellent. Ten seconds. Okay, place that well out of the way for the cardio. We have jacks. So we're coming up and forwards, up and forwards. Are you ready? So coming up and forwards. You know, you can step these jacks out as well for a lower impact version. Really work those arms, so bring them up. Nice and light on those toes. Fantastic. Five. Whew, okay, we have reverse lunge pass through. So taking the kettlebell in that right hand, step back into that lunge, pass it through, collect the kettlebell with that left arm. And again, passing through. So, really working that core. Now, if this is too challenging, keep the kettlebell at your side. Go with reverse lunges, okay? And then progress to passing through. Superb. Okay, again, place that to the side. We have 4 plank jacks. So wrists under those shoulders. 4 to 8 mountain climbers. Low impact, step out, those plank jacks. So 4 and 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep it going. Okay, we have single leg deadlift. We're doing right this side top round, left on the second. Extend that right leg back, pick that kettlebell up with that right hand and lower. Okay. Excellent, nice and controlled. Don't worry if you wobble, just rebalance and continue. Fantastic. Last one. Okay. Whew. So we're going back. We've got that all again. Back to that squat pulses. Are you ready? So taking that kettlebell into that goblet position, front of that chest, toes facing forward or slightly out. Pulsing for 2, squeeze back up. Just make sure those knees follow those toes. Okay, they're not coming in. That chest is up. And we're squeezing on the way up. Excellent. 10 more seconds. Okay, place that out of the way. We're going back to those jacks. So arms up and forward. Really work the upper body. In 5. Let's go. So 1. 15 seconds. And 10. 3. Okay, so back to that lunge pass through. So taking that kettlebell in that right hand. Nice big step back. Make sure that those knees are staying nice and aligned. Are you ready? So, step back, pass through. Wonderful. Core engaged. Ten more seconds. Okay. So we've got those plank jacks. 4 plank jacks, 8 mountain climbers. Or for a lower impact, step those jacks out, okay? And drive those knees for the mountain climbers. 4 and 8. Really drive those knees to the chest. Excellent. 10 seconds. Okay, we've got that single leg deadlift, this time with our left leg going back and picking that kettlebell up with our left arm. Then you get 30-second rest. Ready? Oop. I'm trying to concentrate on one spot. It does help. Fantastic. Wonderful. Okay, place that down. Grab a drink. Make the most of this 30 seconds. We're going into swings next. So just to recap on swings, if you're not familiar, kettlebell between those feet. Feet just a bit wider than shoulder width. Hinging at that hips go back. Okay, we're not squatting. So let's come down, get that momentum, and up you come. Squeezing those glutes, thrusting those hips forwards. That back is staying straight, those shoulders up. Excellent. Ten seconds. Okay, place that to the side. We have 2 pogo jumps. 1, 2, drop squat. 1, 2, drop squat. Low impact. You can go up on those toes, down, march it back up. Okay, so 1, 2, drop squat. Okay, keep that chest up. Low impact, up, up, down, march. Nice and light on those toes, working those calf muscles as well. Pause at the bottom. 10 seconds. Okay, we have bent over row. So taking that kettlebell, we're going to do the right arm first. Step that right leg back, lean forward on that left, back nice and straight. Bringing that elbow up towards the ceiling. So fantastic. Nice and controlled. Squeeze at the top in that shoulder blade. Wonderful, 10 seconds. We'll do the left arm on round 2. Sorry, I'm hot. So we have burpee to jump lunge. So back, centre, jump lunge, low impact, back, back, forwards, reverse lunge. Okay, so burpee, jump lunge, or you can do burpee without, and just reverse lunge without the jumps. almost there. Okay, next one. Lay that kettlebell down. We have got walk out. Walking out into that press up. You've got on those knees, toes, 2 press ups. You've got on those knees, up on those toes, tap, tap. Okay, so walk out, 2 press ups. Up and tap the kettlebell twice, really stabilising that core, working it hard. Make sure those wrists are under those shoulders in that press up. Those elbows are going back 45 degrees and not flaring out to the side. This is quite a challenging one. Okay, we are back to the beginning. So we are back to that swing. So round 2. Remember, hinge at that hip in that swing. So up we come. Squeezing those hips forwards, thrusting them forwards. Squeezing those glutes at bottom as you come forwards. That back is nice and straight. Chest is up. Excellent. You should feel really strong doing this exercise. It's a wonderful exercise to do. Okay, let's place that to the side. We have those 2 pogo jumps, 2 drop squat. So 1, 2, down, or 1, 2, down, march it back up. So coming down nice and low in that drop squat, pausing at the bottom before coming back up. Seconds. 10. Shake those legs. We've got that bent over row with the left arm this time. Are you ready? So left leg goes back, back nice and straight, resting on that right arm, that right knee, sorry. Okay, and again, 1, 2, down for 2. Keeping that elbow in, make sure we're not rotating that body around. Just brushing past the side of our body as we go up. It's not coming out to the side. Okay, we have those lovely, delightful burpee jump lunges, or like I say, burpee and just reverse the lunge about the jumps. This is the last of the burpees. Are you ready? So, super. Stay with me. Last one. Well done. Okay, we've got that walk out. Do 2 press ups, 2 taps. Either the press ups on your knees or up on your toes. Are you ready? So, walking it out, 2 press ups, and tap, tap. Again, those elbows going back 45 degrees. You've got a 30-second rest coming up after this one. Last one. Okay. Let's grab a drink. We have clean and press coming up next. So we're going to do 5 cleans and then go up to press. So with the clean, it's almost like a single arm swing into that rack position. Bell resting on the forearm, wrist is straight, it's not over, and that handle is in line with the shoulder. So that's your rack position and coming up to a press. Are you ready? So, comes back a clean and down, keeping that kettlebell close to that body on the way up and down. So that's 3. Watch that wrist nice and straight. 5. Now the next one, you can come up to press or just continue with the cleans. Superb. Nice and strong. Excellent. Give me one more. Oh, okay. Let's lower that, put that to the side. We have 4 punches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jump, jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jump, jump. Low impact, low squats. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and quick. Keep those elbows soft. Working that upper body. Ten seconds. Whew, okay. We have curl to halo. So we are taking the kettlebell, we're holding it by the horns, the bell is facing the floor, coming up to curl, into that halo, back to centre, down to curl. Elbows tucked in, so up, all the way around, and down. If you can remember, go in the opposite direction on that halo, but don't worry if you lose count, just do the halo. Wonderful. Ten seconds. Oh, okay. We have plank pass. So up onto that plank position on those hands, so you can either go onto those knees or up onto those toes. So have those feet about hip width apart, and you're going to pull that kettlebell across to the opposite hand. Okay, keeping that core engaged so that those hips aren't rotating, they're staying nice and stabilised. Again, hands, wrists under those shoulders. Keeping that bottom down. Superb. sit-up press for the final exercise of the set. So holding that kettlebell here in front of your chest, rolling down, coming up, pressing up above. Okay, so coming down, so it's almost an explosive up, roll it nice and controlled down. Now you can drop the weight for this one and do it with no weight, progress into a weight. Fantastic. Okay, we are going to our final round. We have 5 more minutes of work. So we're going back to that cleaner press, but with the left hand this time. So 5 cleans, and then we'll go to press. Are you ready? So, come into that clean, go and check that wrist is nice and straight. Give me 2 more. Last one. And now we're going to go up to that press, or continue with the cleans. So press up and lower. You'll probably find you've got one side that's weaker than the other. For me, this side was particularly harder. So nice and strong, check that wrist. Excellent. Okay, we're going back to those punches. So 4 punches, 2 jumps, 4 punches, or low impact, staying down low in those squats. Are you ready? So 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, jump, jump, nice and quick. You want that heart rate elevated. Perfect. 15 seconds. Okay, we've got that curl to halo. So again, holding the kettlebell by the horns, the bell facing the floor, and we're going to go into that curl. So all the way around. Keep that core engaged, that back is nice and straight, all the way around that head. So that back is staying nice and straight. Fifteen seconds. 10. Almost there. Oh, okay. We've got that plank pull through. Last 2 minutes of work. So place it on the outside of that right hand. Go into that upright plank position. Wrists under those shoulders. Core engaged. Hips stable. You're doing amazingly. We're almost there. Keep it going, keep it going. 10 more seconds. Okay, We're going to our final minute now. So we've got to sit up to press to finish. Let's make it nice and strong. So, rolling back down, pressing up above that head. Up. "30 seconds to go." That's it. Just 15 seconds to the bell. Last one. Excellent. Place that safely down. Oh, well, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you feel like you've worked hard. Make sure that you do cool down now. It's really important. Stretch it out. I've got a cool down on my channel, or do one of your choice, but make sure you do it. And continue to drink. Get those fluids in. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening, and I look forward to seeing you again on one of my future workouts. Bye for now.